Tonight, I feel Egyptian. How are you guys feeling? 8 p.m., 11 p.m. on the West Coast, East Coast, 8 p.m. on the West Coast. And we are up for a group that has real relevance to the U.S. men's national team because the winner of this group could be our round of 16 opponent if we beat um, Bosnia on Wednesday. So we're going to be watching. I've got Egypt versus Iran on the TV, and I've got Belgium versus New Zealand on the iPad. How are you guys feeling? Uruguay is out of the World Cup for a second World Cup in a row. Uruguay gets grouped. And for a team that proudly wears 4 stars on their crest, even though they only won 2 World Cups 100 years ago, they seem to be living a lot in the past, this Uruguay team. They had some decent players. It's not a world-class team by any means, but what have they done, right? What have they done in the last 2 World Cups? They've kind of been a disgrace. And Bielsa, I just think, Bielsa was a revolutionary tactically, but as a man manager, I think he should retire. The dude is in his 70s. He's kind of out of touch with the modern game. He's insisting on his ways. It hasn't worked. He hasn't won anything since, getting Leeds promoted, I guess, in the teens. It's kind of like the footballing world has passed him by and he's lost his magic. And the dude is grumpy and angry all the time. It's sad, but it's like, dude, just retire. You're 70 years old. Go get a lake house, a beach house, go back to Argentina, have some steak, listen to some music, be with your grandkids. This is crazy, like he's gonna. I mean, look, I've seen this happen before where no matter how bad you are, people still think because of the past, you can do something. And so he might even get another job somewhere, probably not with a big team, maybe a small team like a Paraguay or an Ecuador. Somebody might hire him, but man, it's wild. Which of these games is more consequential for us? Well, they're both consequential because we're going to go over the scenarios. If Egypt win, they top the group, right? If Iran win, they could top the group, provided that Belgium wins by less than 3 goals. If Belgium doesn't win at all, if Belgium draws with New Zealand, which I don't think will happen, but it could, then Belgium will be out. Well, they'll get third potentially with 3 points because their goal difference is 0. So Belgium needs a win to top the group. If they top the group, they'll get 5. Okay, it goes like this. If Belgium wins, to top the group, Belgium has to win by at least 3 goals and Egypt and Iran have to draw. Okay? If Egypt wins, it doesn't matter what Belgium does, Egypt tops the group. If Egypt wins and Belgium draws, then it will go down to Iran versus Belgium, and their head-to-head was a draw. No, if Egypt wins and Belgium draws, they'll have 3 points, and Iran will only have 2. So Belgium will get second. If Egypt wins and Belgium wins, Egypt gets first, Belgium gets second. New Zealand could still qualify if they beat Belgium and they will get 4 points. So Belgium could be another team, another quote-unquote big team that doesn't make it out of the group. And it would be the second team to not make it out of the group for the second World Cup in a row. It's complicated, but we'll walk you through it as we go. First, let's do the starting lineups for both teams here. We'll get the starting lineups up, and then we'll talk about it as it goes along. Let's start with Egypt versus Iran. Because obviously we know some of these players, but not all of them. Okay, so for Egypt, they have Mustafa Shobir in goal from Al Ahly. They've got Mohamed Hani at right back, also from Al Ahly. That's a big Egyptian team. Ahmed Abu El Fatou from Zamalek SC, also an Egyptian team. Rami Rabaiya from Al Ain, that's in Saudi Arabia, I believe, or Qatar, one of those two. And then their other center back is Mohamed Abdel Monem from Nice in Ligue 1. In midfield, they have Imam Ashur, also from Al Ali, and his midfield partner is Mohanad Lashin from Pyramids FC, definitely an Egyptian team. Then they have Mahmoud Saber is their attacking midfielder from ZFC. Trezeguet from Al Ali is on the left. Mustafa Ziko is their right winger, also from Pyramids FC. And then up top, they have Mohamed Salah, 34-year-old Liverpool striker. So no Omar Marmoush, which is interesting. Is Marmoush on the bench? The Manchester City player? Yeah, Omar Marmoush is on the bench. Not sure why. Okay. Now for Iran, Iran's got Biranvand, Ali Reza Biranvan in goal, who plays for Tractor. Who the Tractor's got to be a team in Iran. Tractor. That's quite a name. Okay. And then their back four is Ramin Rezain from Esteghlal. I'm guessing another Iranian team. Hossein Kayani from Persepolis, a definitely Iranian team. Shoja Khalilzadeh, also from Tractor. Nemati, Ali Nemati from Fulad. And then their left back is Milad Mohammedi, also from Persepolis. Then on the right, they have Saman Godosh from Al Ittihad Kalba. They have Mohamed Gorbani from Al Wada. Not sure where that is. Saeed Ezzatullahi from Shabab Al Ali Dubai FC, so plays in the Emirati League. And then on the left, they have Mohamed Mohebi from Rostov. Is it just me, or when we played Iran in 2002, didn't they have a lot more players that were playing at higher levels than this? It feels like everybody is playing in the Middle East, except for Ptolemy, who's playing in Greece. Wow, that's a big downfall for Iran. So it's basically Egyptian league versus other Middle Eastern leagues, and then Ptolemy and Salah. Now let's go to the Belgium versus New Zealand game. Hopefully I know a few more of those players than I knew here. So for Belgium, they've got this guy, Thibaut Courtois. No, I'm kidding. Thibaut Courtois from Real Madrid, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Timothy Castagne is their right back instead of Thomas Meunier. So Meunier has been benched. Their back two is Arthur Thiat from Frankfurt and Brandon Michele from Club Brugge. Then they've got Maxime de Kuiper from Brighton is their left back. Yuri Tielemans, their captain, playing in midfield, next to Hans Vanaken from Club Brugge. Leandro Trossard from Arsenal playing on the right. Jeremy Doku back from his child's birth playing on the left. Kevin De Bruyne for Napoli, of course, is the 10. And Charles De Ketelaere from Atalanta is up top. So for New Zealand, they've got Max Crocombe from Millwall. On the left, they have Liberato Cacace from Wrexham. Their center back is Tyler Binden from Sheffield United, partnered with Finn Sermon from the Portland Timbers. All right. Tim Payne, the most famous footballer in the world right now. No, but one of them from Wellington Phoenix is their right back. Their double pivot is Joe Bell from Viking FC. I'm guessing that's in Denmark or Norway, probably Denmark. Next to Marco Stamenic from Swansea. On the left-hand side, you have Elijah Just from Motherwell in Scotland. You've got Ryan Thomas from Pek Zwolle in the Netherlands. You've got Sarpreet Singh from Wellington Phoenix, 27-year-old attacking midfielder. And, of course, the well-known Chris Wood from Nottingham Forest up top. All right, we did it, guys. Pete, moment of silence. Viking is Norwegian. Thank you, Paha, for clarifying. Let's see. I am Egyptian and New Zealandish. Tractor Sazi, one of Iran's biggest teams. A guy from the Filipino national team, Leon Ramsey, played for them. Interesting. What happened to the Iranian American from Seattle that used to do YouTube? I think he's still doing it. I think he's still doing it. Are we having a moment of silence here? Do you guys know why they're doing a moment of silence? Any ideas? What are we doing a moment of silence for? Oh, for the Venezuela earthquake. Got it. Yeah, I did hear about Venezuela. So game's about to kick off here. Do you guys want to go? Let me show you the group stage here. The table here. This is the table, right? So Egypt has 4 points, Iran has 2, Belgium has 2, New Zealand has 1. All of these teams could still qualify. Egypt are qualified. They're definitely qualified. Iran, Belgium, and New Zealand can all still qualify. Iran, Belgium, and New Zealand could all qualify with a win tonight. All right. What do you think of us wanting Poch to renew? I mean, I guess they're happy with, the work that he's done so far. And so they wanted to show him that they were happy regardless of results at the World Cup. But personally, I feel like you should never renew somebody before World Cup. Let him finish the World Cup, and then we can evaluate his work after that and decide if we want to renew. And then he gets to decide if he wants to accept, which seems like that's probably going to be how it is, right? It's weird if you offer a guy a contract and he goes, yeah, let's wait till after the World Cup. And then you lose to Bosnia in the round of 32, and you're like, remember when we offered you a contract? And he's like, yeah. And you're like, well, didn't exactly go so well for us at the World Cup. So we're thinking maybe not, you know? We'll see. We'll see what happens. I kind of sort of a wait and see vibe to see what Pochettino does at this World Cup. Because we got out of the group, we topped the group. It's looking good so far, but there's still a long way to go to call this a successful World Cup, right? All right, here comes Belgium down the left. Remember, they need 3 goals to top this group. Who do we want to win? We would like Egypt and I believe New Zealand to win. I mean, not that we care too much. If Egypt wins, it doesn't really matter what happens in the other game, but I kind of like watching Belgium not be good. I try to support the underdog when I don't have a strong feeling either way. So I'm kind of supporting New Zealand. I watched the Spain game, and all I could help thinking was 359 Tim Reams couldn't stop Yamal. Yeah, that's, you know, we're gonna have to find a way. Hey, Rob, you're staying at home. You're sitting next to Tim Ream, and both of you are on Yamal duty, right? That's all. That's all I'm doing. And then I'm having Tyler Adams triple triple up on him. Forza Tractor. They're afraid of his price going up. USSF already satisfied with the product on the field. Yeah, I mean, I think his price is going to go up regardless, right? If he takes the US to a semifinal, you could probably name his price. You could probably name his price and just say, this is what I want. Yes, correct. Knife the Great. Ken the King, I'm sorry. Absolutely. If Egypt wins, it doesn't matter what else happens. Egypt tops the group, and everybody else is fighting for second. If Egypt wins and Belgium wins, then Belgium will get second, and neither New Zealand or Iran will qualify, right? But if Iran tops the group, I mean, if Iran wins, I don't know why Marmoush is not starting, guys. I'm very curious. Maybe he's got a knock. No idea. Honestly, no idea. Belgium with a big switch. Egypt are so conservative in their approach always, which is why Marmoush is benched. Paha Kuti, are you Egyptian? Or an Egypt fan? P, do you think Spain turns it up? I'm worried they might. I don't think we should worry about Spain just yet, guys. We wouldn't face Spain potentially until the quarterfinal. We have 2 games to win before we even get there, and Spain has 2 games to win before they even get there, right? So remember when Bradley coached Egypt? Yeah, I do. Couldn't get them to qualify for a World Cup, but he got close. All right. Long ball. You know what? What is wrong with me? I'm making a stupid mistake, guys. I've got Belgium, New Zealand on both screens. This is how tired I am, guys. You have no idea. Egypt scored in the 5th minute. Egypt goal. Egypt goal, guys. Egypt goal. That's very good for us. Because it means we might not have to face Belgium in the round of 16. Although, to be honest, Belgium haven't looked that good in this World Cup. Yes, Egypt scored. Oh. Oh, wow, that's a good finish. Through the goalkeeper and 3 defenders. Oh, through the keeper's legs. Oof. So keeper comes out to punch, and then he hits it. Oh my God, right through Ali Reza's legs. Oh my God, Egypt in the lead. So as of now, it doesn't matter what Belgium does. Egypt will qualify in first. Whoop. Sorry about that, guys. Let me get this back up here. We're going to go to the Egypt scoreline, Egypt game, because that's all that matters right now. So the goal was scored by Saber. Belgium trying here, and New Zealand clear. Tim Payne clears it. Mossad got Pete. Yeah, Doku is back, guys. Someone says, hey, Pete, based on Poch greeting starters from yesterday's game, which bench player was Poch really satisfied with? He really thanked Scally as he came off the field, which was surprising. I wouldn't read too much into what he says to players as they come off the field. None of them are starters except for McKennie. None of them will start against Bosnia except McKennie. Pete said Egypt and his computer restarted. Let's see. The Cambodians attacked Pete. Wouldn't it be funny if New Zealand and Egypt finished ahead of Belgium and knocked them out? I mean, Egypt could finish ahead of Belgium if they win today. If they win today. Is Trusty okay? He wasn't training today. He was doing individual work in the gym. I don't know how bad it is. We're going to have to wait and see. All right, here comes Belgium down the right. Right now, Egypt have 7 points as it stands. Belgium have 3. Iran has 2, and New Zealand has 2. So as it stands, Belgium would qualify in second, and neither Iran nor New Zealand would get through. Oh, here comes Iran. No, ran it out. Goal kick for Egypt. Oh, wait a minute. Penalty. Penalty for Iran. Who would Belgium get in the round of 32? Wait, let me see this penalty here. I don't think that's a penalty. He tried to kick the ball, right? And then Taremi poked it away and he barely brushed his foot. I wouldn't call that a penalty. There was contact, but it was light brushing of his foot, and then Taremi made a meal of it. I don't think that's a penalty. That's not a penalty, guys. No, that's bullshit. That's not a penalty. All right, so Taremi's going to take it. Pete, this is the ref in the Qatar final, by the way. Oh boy. He loves penalties. All right, so Taremi's going to take this here. I'm not looking at the chat because a couple of you are ahead of me. So Taremi. Saved! Saved. Terrible penalty. Terrible penalty. Good save by the Egyptian goalkeeper. Justice prevails because that was never a penalty. Not in a million years was that a penalty. All right, here comes Iran. Meanwhile, Belgium is still 0-0 with the Kiwis. Oh, Belgium score. No, that was in. No? That looked like it was in. Did the entire ball not cross the line? Yeah, that was a terrible PK. Was that off the post? I thought that was in. Okay, long throw by Belgium. That looked like that was in. Remember, Belgium need 3 goals and they need Egypt not to win in order to top the group. Now they're doing a VAR check in the Belgium-New Zealand game for a possible penalty against New Zealand. No. Ref says play on. Doku. Punched out. Belgium still have it in the box. Headed away. De Bruyne brings it down. Loses it. Belgium pick up the second ball. Oh. Oh my God. Saved. Belgium have a man down in the box. I think it's Salamakers. Here, heads the ball out. Shoots. Yeah, that was the previous one that looked like a goal to me. Belgium player down. Gonna have to stay off the field for a minute since he's getting treatment. All right, meanwhile, it's still, Egypt is still winning at Iran. Well, not at Iran, but over Iran. And Iran is coming at them. If Egypt wins, we possibly get them in the round of 16. Yes. Yes. If Egypt wins, oh my God, Iran scored. Iran scored 1-1. Yes, I did watch Spain versus Uruguay, Knife, the GOAT. Iran 1-1. Oof. So now Spain still has a chance to top this group. Not Spain. Belgium still has a chance to top this group because Iran and Egypt are currently tying 1-1. Pete, your mic sounds like poopy, bro. Is it popping? Bro, that red card, the player who got red was trying to fight the ref. Yeah, but Uruguay are always like that. They're always crazy. Okay, here's the goal from Iran. Cleared. Back into the box. Saved. Oh, good finish. Sounds like old time radio. Oh, I know why. I have the wrong. All right, how about now? Is that better? I was using the computer mic instead of this mic. I don't know why. Guys, that's not tack. That's mactical tanager. That's not tack. Ooh. Oh, they were showing the previous Belgium goal. Though it wasn't a goal because the whole ball didn't cross the line. The one that I said looked like a goal. Wow, Pete, your voice sounds like honey now. Ah! But the mic has desk rumble noises. I try not to touch it when it's on the desk because it does rumble a little bit. You're right. Bro, you've been using that for about a week. Using what? The computer or this mic? Well, someone tell me. Watch out for Spicy Jeff with the ASMR. If the sound is bad, tell me and I'll see what I can do to fix it, guys. I'm doing everything in my power here. I even bought a new mic before the World Cup. Oof. Oh no, an Egyptian player is off injured. Pete, don't quit. I love getting baked and watching you. What is that like? Does it get weird watching me while you're high? Or are you just really focused on everything? It's 1-1 between Egypt and Iran, and it's 0-0 between Belgium and New Zealand. Missed my super. Oh, my bad, Jonathan. I was dealing with mic issues. Just got here. What results do we want again? So we ideally want Egypt to win so that Belgium doesn't top the group, right? Or Egypt and Iran can draw so long as Belgium doesn't win. That's the ideal world. I am stoned focused on everything. That Yoda gif after hearing Pete's mic work. Happy Pride match between Iran and Egypt. Yeah, that was weird, right? They were complaining about this game because it was in Seattle at its Pride Month, and Seattle fans are very supportive of the LGBTQ community. Now, when everybody had to go to Qatar for a World Cup in a Muslim country, it was all about respect our culture, respect our religion, you cannot bring your flags and all of that. And however you feel about that, right? It's if you say that, if you're like, we're hosting, it's our culture, you can't do anything about it, you cannot then go and complain when you go to Seattle and complain that there's pride flags at the game, right? Like, if you can't have it both ways. Either you go, respect our culture and we'll respect yours, or you go, listen, we're not going to tell you what to do. If you come to our country, you can do what you want, right? And then say, but in exchange, when we come to your country, we don't want this because of our religion or our culture or whatever. But come on, other than that, it's complete nonsense. I haven't seen a pride flag. I'm watching this game because it's the pride game. Maybe Spicy Jeff can get there. Maybe that's where Spicy Jeff is. Maybe he's at this game. Anyway, Pete, what are your favorite fast food restaurants? Oh boy, that's tough. In and Out and McDonald's. McDonald's and In and Out are still my top two fast food. Sell some bright colored bratwurst in the stadium. Wendy's, I'm not a big fan. Oh, Belgium almost scored. Just over the bar. Trossard. Trossard with the shot. You don't got in and out on the East Coast. Yeah, it's largely a California thing. Largely a California thing. But McDonald's is everywhere. We had McDonald's in Thailand. Why does Leandro Trossard looks like he's 40 years old when he's like 31? He's 31. He looks like he's in his mid-40s. What, a penalty for Belgium? Wait, what? Where did that come from? The French laundry speak fast food. I don't think. Wait, his arm was tucked in. How is that a penalty? Wait a minute. On the replay, it looked like his hand was tucked into here. That doesn't look like a penalty to me. Egypt are really coming hard after Iran right now. Yeah, I like Chipotle. It's not bad. It's not my go-to, but it's not bad. Healthier than most of the fast food options for sure. I don't see how that was a pen. Yeah, VAR, tell him to look at this. Yeah, he's going to go to the monitor because there's no way that's a penalty. Literally, his arm was tucked in like this. It's tucked into his body like so. Yeah, Jersey Mike's is good. Pete, Bosnia preview when? So tomorrow I'm releasing a video with Adam to talk about how far the U.S. can go in this World Cup, but it's not Bosnia specific, right? And then Sunday morning I released the Bosnia preview. Yeah, that's not a penalty. His arm was tucked in against his chest and it hit his elbow. There's no way that's a penalty. It's a natural position. He's actually getting his arm out of the way. This should be rescinded. This penalty should be rescinded. There's no way that's a penalty, guys. Oof. Not a chance. There's no way that the ref is. If he doesn't rescind this, then something's fucking weird. Yeah, it was going on target, but he blocked it with his body in a perfectly legitimate way. No penalty. No pen, it'll be a corner. New Zealand live to fight another day. Dude, I know who you are. You're not Tack. You're Mactical Tanager. No penalty. Why were you in Thailand? Oh, my parents were working there. I was born and raised there. Well, VAR doing its job this time. Yeah, no way that's a penalty. Collabing with anyone for the Bosnia preview? Yes, Judgmental Deity. I'm actually bringing a Bosnia fan on, who I know from Twitter. His name is Eldin. He's coming on to give us a good 10 minutes on Bosnia. So that'll be at the end of the preview. All right. Is the coming U.S. generations as good as the current team? Do these players, Mehmeti, Julian Hall, Mathis Albert, Neil Pierre, Banks, become world class? Well, first of all, Banks doesn't seem to want to represent us, number one. Number two, Mehmeti and Hall, Albert, I would put Gozo and Sullivan in there, maybe Neil Pierre, right? Perhaps Snyder Brunel, Peyton Miller, Diego Cochin. I don't know if they have world-class potential, but they have elite potential for sure, right? Will they reach it is the question. We don't know, right? This generation was supposed to reach a certain level, and you can argue some of them did, like Pulisic and McKennie did, right? And then some of them kind of flopped, like Yunus Musa or Gio Reyna or, I'd say Tyler Adams hit about where we expected him to hit. Oh, Egypt scored? No. Oh, no, they're just re-showing the penalty celebrations. So I would say all these guys have potential, but we don't know, right? I mean, some of them will, I would be surprised if every single one of them reaches their full potential. I would be surprised if every single one of them does. But hopefully a lot of them will, enough of them will. I'm not worried about our attack in the future, right? I'm not really worried about our attack. For 2030, we're still going to have a lot of these same players, but we're going to potentially add, Matisse Albert, Kevin Sullivan, Adri Mehmeti, Xavier Gozo, and Julian Hall. Potentially Malik Jakupovic too, right? So, and maybe a guy like a Justin Ellis even, right? And then perhaps some other midfielders. There are plenty coming through. It's just hard to know who's going to make it and who's not. But there does seem to be some very elite young players coming through, right? So we just have to keep that pipeline going and hope that we can push out some of the scrubs. But yeah, it's the back line, right? That's become the big question, whether it's going to be Neil Pierre, Christopher Cupps, Ian James, Ramiz Hamouda, Andre Kurila, guys like that, Josh Winder, maybe Justin Shea, who are coming through, right? So we'll see, Mex Boy. It's tough to say, and it's very early days. E. Bailey says, if Nico Shakiris wasn't so injury prone. Yeah, 100%. I'm a big Nico Shakiris guy. I was a big Nico Shakiris guy. He keeps getting these bad injuries, and that's really hampered his progress as a player, right? Since you're in LA, been to Easy Street Burger yet? I have not been to Easy Street Burger. Is it good? Why can't Alex Freeman fully convert to center back? He should. He should convert to center back. That's his. I think his ceiling as a center back is a lot higher than his ceiling as a right back. So with center backs, Brian, there's a lot of prospects, but there isn't a clear-cut standout right now. I would argue Josh Winder, Ethan Kohler, Neil Pierre, Christopher Cupps, Ian James, Andre Kurila, Ramiz Hamouda. Those are the guys to keep an eye on. Yeah, Cole Campbell's definitely not panning out. Dude is 22 years old and still can't get time in the Bundesliga. What do you think of the rumor of Poch staying? Yeah, it's true. It's not a rumor. It was confirmed by US Soccer. They did offer him a contract. And Poch said, let's wait until after the World Cup and let's see how things go, and then we can talk. So we have no idea what Poch is going to do. Personally, I think he's probably going to leave. I don't see Poch wanting to spend another 4 years playing CONCACAF games. So, and to be honest, I think we should wait and see what he does at the World Cup too. What if we lose to Bosnia? Or what if we get to the round of 16 and lose to Egypt or Belgium? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's looking very promising, but we can't jump the gun. Let's see how we do in the knockouts. Oh my God, New Zealand, what was that? Belgium scored. Terrible defending from New Zealand. So as of right now, because Egypt and Iran are drawing, then it looks like Belgium will top the group. Leandro Trossard with the goal. So that's not great for us. They're watering the pitch at the hydration break. The grass plays soccer too. Also, the other half of my Cali burrito from last night got soggy. Oh, no, you're right. Someone is saying Egypt is still top. That is true, guys, because Egypt would have 5 points and Belgium would have 5 points. It was Tim Payne. Egypt would have 5 points and Belgium would have 5 points, but Belgium needs to win by 3 goals to crash Egypt, to get ahead of Egypt. Right now, they've scored 1 in the first half an hour, so they need at least 3. They have to win by 3 goals. Yeah, why didn't he kick that out? I don't understand. Egypt could still win. That is very true. Egypt could still win. So Belgium didn't beat Egypt. No head-to-head advantage. No, Belgium hasn't won anything. Belgium so far got draws with both Iran and Egypt. They got draws with Iran and a draw with Egypt. Come on, New Zealand. Equalize. Put a nice little cross in. That's a terrible cross. Does Belgium need to win by 2 or 3? They need to win by 3 goals. Because what's happening is, if you look at the table, Belgium's goal difference right now is +1. Egypt's is +2. Right? So if they score another one, then they'll both have +2 goal difference. Right? But then it goes to who scored the most goals. Egypt has 5 goals. Belgium has 2. Right? So because of goal scored, the tiebreaker is head-to-head, but they drew head-to-head. So then it goes down to goal difference, and they would be equal on, right now, Egypt's ahead on goal difference. If Belgium wins by 2, then they will be equal on goal difference, so then it goes to goals scored. To me, the US will rule CONCACAF for the next 4 to 8 years. I mean, maybe. There's no guarantee of anything. Canada and Mexico are both very good still. I mean, very good. We lost to Panama, right? Our guys don't seem to show up for CONCACAF anymore. So, I don't know, man. I want us to be, but also, dominating CONCACAF is great, but we've done that. I mean, you have to keep doing it for sure, but we need to play Copa America so that our tests, because with Nations League and all of that, now it's going to be very hard to schedule friendlies over the next 4 years. There's also World Cup qualifying. So we're not going to be playing a lot of friendlies in the next couple of years. It's going to be Nations League, Gold Cup, World Cup qualifying. So we need CONCACAF to get better, but we also need that midway break where we play in Copa America. Could Iran qualify with 3 points? You mean could they get out? Potentially, yeah. They've got a 0 goal difference. If they can draw Egypt, they've got a shot for sure. All right, Belgium, 1-0. They need to win by 2 more goals and hope that Egypt and Iran draw in order to top the group. So we are very much cheering for this Kiwi defense here. We got to cheer everything they do. This group stage has flown by. Been a privilege to watch. Yes. And Tack and I are going to do between me and Tack, we're going to do every single knockout game, beginning with Canada versus South Africa on Monday morning. I will be doing that one personally. No, Sunday morning. Is it Sunday? Yeah, Sunday morning is Canada versus South Africa at noon Pacific time. So I'm going to be live streaming, doing a live watch along for that one. Get rid of Gold Cup and just have Copa America for all of the continent of America. I don't think that's a bad take. The problem is you got to think about the rest of CONCACAF, right? If you look at Copa America, it's for the top 6 teams in CONCACAF. There's no point in sending a Curacao and a Haiti and all these guys to Copa America. So I think the Gold Cup still has value. We should use it for our young players. That's what we should use the Gold Cup for. Sprinkle in with a few players that maybe are trying to make the roster, some younger players. Honestly, we should use it as an Olympics preparation tournament this next summer. Bring all these young guys, Julian Hall, Luca Bombino, right? Matisse Albert, Kevin Sullivan, Xavier Gozo, Adri Memeti, Snyder Brunel, I don't know, Matthew Corcoran, right? Oscar Verhoeven, Matthew Dos Santos, Peyton Miller, Ethan Kohler, Justin Che, Diego Cochin. Bring those young guys to the Gold Cup next year. And you can sprinkle in a few older guys too, right? Maybe some older guys like Yunus Musa who are trying to push to get back in the team. Maybe Yunus Musa will accept a Gold Cup call-up. Or, I don't know, maybe Ricardo Pepi wants a chance to prove that he can usurp Balogun, et cetera, et cetera. We'll see. Do not bring Roldan. Oh my God, can you imagine? Big 2027. We're still calling up Christian Roldan. Oh God, help us. It's crazy to me that Aussies talk about Iran Kunda like he's Doku. No, they really do. They really do. Still 1-1 in Egypt versus Iran. And New Zealand, Belgium is 1-0. Diego Luna, Gold Cup merchant. Diego Luna wants to represent Mexico now, even though he's not eligible to represent Mexico. He's like, well, whoever's going to give me the most opportunities, And I'm like, bro. Pete, have you ever gone to a Thai restaurant, started ordering in English, and then switched to Thai midway just to blow their mind? All the time. I live very close to Thai town also. So I'll go to the best Thai restaurants here in LA. And I'll put on an extra, thick American accent at first. When I order, I'll be like, not just Southern. I'll be like, yeah, can I get the pad Thai? The pad Thai, is that the one with the noodles? And I'll be like, oh, yeah, that's the noodle. That's the big fat noodles, right? That's the one. Put vegetables and meat and shit in there. Yeah, that's right. And I'll be like, okay, จะขอสั่ง2 ที่นะครับ. And their eyes get real big, like, what in God's name is happening right now? But yeah, I do that all the time. Did Luna actually say he wants to represent Mexico? No, they asked him about it in an interview. So his friends, they were all sitting in a car. And, he's like, oh, yeah, well, plus, can't you do a one-time switch? And he's like, yeah, I think you can. And he's like, well, they're like, well, would you do it? Because I don't know how he doesn't know that he's cap tied to the U.S. Bro is not paying attention. And then he's like, I mean, for me, it's just about who's going to give me the most opportunities. Bro, you were cap tied at the Gold Cup. Actually, no, he was cap tied at Nations League in March. He was cap tied over a year ago. This dude has 25 caps for the U.S. He's talking about making a switch to Mexico. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Didn't Ochoa switch? Yeah, but Ochoa had 1 cap. He wasn't cap tied. He played 1 friendly game for the U.S. Actually, no, he didn't play any games for the U.S. That's when you can switch. If you can play up to 3 friendly games, you can still switch. But the minute you play in an official competition like Gold Cup, Nations League, World Cup, Copa America, you're cap tied. That's it. You cannot switch. All right. Would just like to once send the full A team Gold Cup just to smack up El Tri. Players nowadays play too many games, though, to do every tourney. Yeah, especially if you're playing Copa America next summer, right? You can't. It's good for the players to have 1 summer off every now and then. The good news is, though, if we can start developing a deeper, more talented pool, we could still rest players and still have a very talented team. Imagine a World Cup in the future where your bench players, Pulisic might be a bench player in 2030, right? He might be playing that 3rd group game to rest Matisse Albert. We don't know, but I think we're just going to get deeper and more talented across the board. I really do. So yeah, we'll see, Fallen Phoenix. They'll be calling up Roldan. They'll be calling up Roldan from assisted living. Oh, that's hilarious. Will Argentina be competitive once Messi is gone? That's a great question, right? They've been very reliant on Messi for the better part of 20 years now. So what are they going to look like when he's not just Messi, Di Maria too, right? They relied very heavily on Di Maria at the Qatar World Cup. And, a lot of these guys, Rodrigo de Paul, and they do have a young generation coming through, but they're nothing like some of the guys before them, I don't think. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Oh, Raul, thank you, sir. This is very generous. Oh, Doku just wide. Pete, I have been watching your tactical analysis on Patreon, and it's obvious that when we play with three in the back and wing backs, we are much better and keep up with top teams. Why do we keep trying back four when it does not suit the player pool and we struggle? Great question, Raul. So we're technically not playing a back three and we're technically not playing a back four. It's a weird hybrid system where, officially Alex Freeman is the right back, but to me, he's not actually playing like a right back. He's playing like a right center back that's coming in field and occasionally pushing wide. In many phases of the game, we are very much in a back three, but Alex Freeman has a lot of room to roam and, make plays. And then A-Rob and Dest are the ones that get very high up the field as wingbacks. It's really a 3-4-2-1, but sometimes looks like a 4-2-3-1 because A-Rob gets back and defends a lot more than Serginho Dest does. But thank you, Raul. I appreciate it. That's very generous of you. And thank you for joining Patreon. Patreon plug, guys. The turkey breakdown is out. So if you guys have not checked out the Patreon yet, you can click on the link below. You get lots of really cool content. And even after the World Cup, every week, every goal or assist that a USMNT player gets for his club will be on Patreon. We do a weekly roundup of all the goals and assists. Stuff that I cannot do on YouTube ends up on Patreon. And it really helps to support the channel and keep me going. Egypt is finally playing. Am I Buddhist? No, I'm not Buddhist. I respect a lot of the Buddhist principles, but I am not Buddhist. No, I'm an agnostic. How much is the Patreon? Well, the first tier starts at $3 a month. First tiers, that's less than a cup of coffee every month. If you want to check it out, link is in the description. I'm sub to the OnlyFans. Oh, here comes Belgium again. De Bruyne. Trossard, back to De Bruyne, shoots way over. Way over. Man, this is De Bruyne's last World Cup. Really good Patreon video today. Thanks, Pete. Thank you, Mactical Tanager. Buddhist, nothing matters, so I must become nothing. I don't think that's quite it, guys. From my understanding of Buddhism, it is that, look, there's, like with every religion or way of life, there's extreme versions like denying yourself in order to attain happiness. And I really don't think that's what it's about. My understanding with Buddhism is it's a lot more about detachment, to be able to enjoy things and enjoy them, but not need them, to enjoy relationships, to enjoy people, to enjoy good food, comfort, wealth, whatever it is, but to not need them. Because once you need them, then you become attached to them and your happiness becomes based on them. Like finding inner happiness that isn't based on external factors. Shot. Belgium saved. Cleared. Mactical Burhalter. We know this is just Mactical Tanager in disguise. Hey, Pete, why haven't you sent the link? Because you're still Mactical Tanager. You think I can't read? 2034 is in Saudi Arabia, Mexboy. It's in Saudi. And then 2038 is rumored to be back in the US. Where is Triple G these days? He's coaching the Chicago Fire. Pete, do you think if Poch leaves, the USA will sign a European coach? I do. I mean, it might not be a European coach, but I think they're going to go for a very top level coach for sure. Pete, do you think Ecuador beats Mexico at the Azteca? I think they have a good chance. The problem with, Ecuador is they can't score goals, right? So if Mexico scores, but then they went and scored 2 on Germany. So who knows, right? It's weird because they didn't look like they were going to score in the opening 2 games, and then they dumped 2 on Germany, and we were like, what? Watch us get Bielsa. We better not get Bielsa. Please not Bielsa. We're not going to get Bielsa. I don't think he would ever want to coach the U.S. He hates the U.S. He refused to live in Miami. He refused to stay in Miami. He stayed in Mexico instead. And he's made all these like strong comments about the evils of capitalism and the game becoming too capitalist and all that. And he blames the US for a lot of it. And he's not totally wrong. He has a point. FIFA is a very greedy, corrupt organization. And there's an element too of, you know, it is not ruining the game, but it's definitely changing the game. But bro, the problem is if you always come across as angry all the time at the whole world, at your team, at the opposing team, at the fans, at the media, at the federation, it's like, then maybe you're just a grumpy old man. You have to kind of pick your battles, you know? And then the problem too is you have to win. Like if nobody will take you seriously if you don't win. Like it's not that they won't take you seriously. What you say will matter less because it will be like, shut the fuck up and win games. If you're not winning games, you haven't earned the right to talk, right? It is a little bit old man yelling at clouds kind of vibes, for sure. Arbeloa? No, not Arbeloa, please. Dude is like, has 6 months of coaching experience in his life. Bielsa needs more fiber in his diet. Bielsa has get off my lawn vibes. Yes, he does. Dude is 70 years old. Dude, go retire. Go live in Argentina. Drink a little wine. Go dancing with your wife. Spend time with your grandkids. Ride a horse. Enjoy your like golden years. I don't understand working in your 70s, especially in a very stressful game like, you know, coaching football. The high stress environment is not good for you. Southgate. God, no. God spare us from Southgate. Please not Southgate. Say we get Jurgen. How would he play with the USMNT? Honestly, very similar to how we play now, right? Based on his time at Dortmund and at Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp does a lot of pressing, gegenpressing, as they call it in Germany. It's, you know, essentially counter pressing, which is what we do with Poch. It would be a very similar style. But I think more than anything, Jurgen Klopp would resonate with people in a way that maybe Poch does not, right? Poch has a little bit of like old man get off my lawn vibes too sometimes. Not as bad as Bielsa, but you can kind of see the trajectory with Poch. And he's a big admirer of Bielsa, by the way. And he's got a lot of his coaching ideas from Bielsa. But you can see the trajectory with Poch, right? He's only in his 50s. And you can see him being a grumpy old man. Like, he's always mad at people in the press conferences, which is fine if you're winning, right? We'll take it. When the team's playing well and we're winning, you can be mad all you want in the press conferences. Problem is when you start losing, you just come across as a bit weird. Oh, Belgium. Thank God they cleared it. Thank God. So yeah, in answer to your question, Mactical Berhalter, I think it would look very similar, but I think even more rah-rah. I think America would fall in love with Jurgen Klopp and Jurgen Klopp's national team. And I think I would absolutely love it if that would be my number one choice by a country mile is Jurgen Klopp. I don't know if he'd take it. But, you know, there was a time where we said Poch would never take the job. Remember when Berhalter, you know, after the World Cup and they were talking about, you know, who should be the new coach. And we were saying, let's go try to get a top level coach. And everyone was saying, you're out of your mind. It's impossible to get these coaches. They would never come coach the US. Impossible. 1 year later, what happened? Pochettino. I'll tell you what, a little secret, guys. No, I shouldn't say this. That's classified. Never mind. Raul says, I love people bitching about capitalism while using technology mass produced by capitalism to do their bitching about capitalism. Yes. Yeah, that is a fun one. Or American stuff. Like people on X saying they hate America. I'm like, wow, you're really using a lot of American products for someone who hates America. I was once in the Middle East. I'm not going to tell you which country, but I was sitting in McDonald's and I was sitting in McDonald's and these two guys behind me were having a conversation about how much they hated America while they were shoving McDonald's fries into their mouth. And I could hear them talking. And for some reason, they were talking in English, which was weird because I expected them to be talking in Arabic.
Maybe they were talking in English because I was there and they were trying to make a point to me. But I just thought it was funny because the whole time they were talking about it, they were literally eating eating French fries in McDonald's, which is about one of the most American things you can do. So yes, Raul Ramirez, I agree with you a lot. People can be hypocrites, including us, right? We can also be very much hypocrites, right? We'll complain about a lot of things. My favorite thing is, you know, people complaining about stuff and like using an iPhone. Look, I get it. We all have to use iPhones, Androids. You can't live without it nowadays. But when you know how they make these things in like factories in China, where they literally have to install nets around the buildings to keep people from killing themselves because their lives are so shitty and miserable and they're underpaid and they don't see daylight, it does make you question, like, I wish somebody could make an ethically produced phone that I could buy, but you can't, right? You can't. So there's all kinds of problems with the world. And, I think it's always good to remember that, not to quote a Bible verse, but like, let him who is without sin cast the first stone. Look, I'm not a Christian. I was raised in a Christian family. I'm not a Christian, though. But I do like some of the gospels and some of the stories of Jesus. I actually think he was kind of a cool dude. And there was that, you guys know that story, right? About whether, I think in old Jewish law, if you were found cheating on your husband, you would get stoned. That was their law. So the Pharisees brought this woman to Jesus who had been, caught cheating. And they tried to trap him. And they said, the law says that, she should be stoned. What do you say? Right? And Jesus, it was kind of a trap, because if Jesus said, yes, stone her, then the Romans could literally crucify him for murder, because only the Romans were allowed to execute people. But if he said, don't stone her, then they would say to all the people, see, he's a fraud. He doesn't even follow the Jewish law. And Jesus knew this trap was coming. And so he turns around and goes, let him who is without sin cast the first stone. And look, whether or not that actually happened, or it's a true story, or it's a fairy tale, whatever. The point is, that's a great reminder for all of us, right? When we point the finger at other people, let's remember we are all have some level of sin. Halftime. All right, halftime in both games. Egypt and Iran currently drawing 1-1, and Belgium beating New Zealand 1-0. So as of right now, Egypt would qualify in first, Belgium would qualify in second, and Iran would qualify in third, potentially with 3 points. Last 11 Yank stream. We did geopolitics today. We are learning Christianity. Pete makes history come alive. Hey, I never said that was history. I never said that was history. I said that was a Bible story, right? The Bible also said that some dude got swallowed by a whale for 3 days, and then the guy spit him out and he was still alive. So, take the story with a grain of salt. Thoughts on Poch's press conference? I actually have not seen his press conference. I heard some stuff about what he said. If there's something specific you want me to comment on, Stephen, I will. But I didn't actually watch the press conference, so I don't want to comment on it if I hadn't seen it. We got a new Patreon subscriber. I'm guessing that was the gentleman who asked where the link was. Swaggy Nuts. That's quite the name, sir. Well, thank you to Swaggy Nuts, whoever you are. Barcelona 21-7 says, we're not perfect, but barely anyone wants to leave. In sport and in all aspects of life, strive for improvement. Self-improvement first, then criticize. That's a great way to see it. That's a great way to be, right? Look in the mirror, ask yourself how you can be a better man, a better person, whatever. 100%. It's like Gandhi said, you change the world by starting. He who wants to change the world must start with himself. Start with changing himself, or something along those lines. I'm probably misquoting him. Pete, what's your dream vacation? Oh God, there's so many places I would love to go. I really want to go to Alaska. I've never been. Trying to think what else. Mongolia. I would love to go to Morocco, Scotland. I want to go on a safari in Kenya or Uganda. God, where do I not want to go? The world is so. I'm going to Colombia next month, so I'm excited about that. Japan for sure. Argentina, that's my heritage. I want to go to Argentina. I love Thailand. Honestly, I'd go back there if I could. I'd love to go back to India again and visit my old stomping grounds. Lebanon might not be the safest place to go right now. Why Colombia? So my girl and I were going to go to Spain this summer, but tickets were very expensive. So we looked around, and I use points. I don't pay money for flights. I use points. If you have an Amex card, you can get points. By the way, if anybody wants this, with an Amex card, you can literally get points with Amex Gold or Amex Platinum that transfer to like 20 airlines. So everyday spending that you spend on groceries, restaurant, with the Build card, you get rent. And you literally get points for buying things you're buying anyways. You stack up those points and you can get flights. So I found flights to Colombia for 11,000 points, which is nothing. So me and my girl, and I've never been to South America, and Colombia had some cheap tickets, and it's a very cool place I wanted to visit. So we're gone. I mean, we're not gone. We're going. We're going for about 10 days. All right. If Vatican City ever joined FIFA, then Jesus would be mentioned more, I'm sure. Yes, that is true. Got home from Cape Verde. No one told South Africa they've had to win. South Africa. Wait a minute. Cape Verde didn't play South Africa. Who did Cape Verde play? Yeah, Saudi Arabia. Duh. Yeah, Saudi Arabia. No one told Saudi Arabia they had to win. Yeah, I don't know what they were doing. They were not good. They were not good. And by the way, this has not been a good tournament for AFC. AFC has been brutalized so far in this tournament. Only Japan is really impressed from AFC. South Korea underperformed. Australia got out of the group. Credit to them, but it's not like they lit up the world stage. Uzbekistan out. Saudi Arabia out. Looks like. Yeah, Saudi Arabia's out. Jordan's out. South Korea may be out too. It's not a guarantee that South Korea is going to be in. But even if they're in, they really disappointed. So between Uzbekistan, Jordan, South Korea, Iran may also be out as well. So we'll see. Tack is out for Brazil, Japan, by the way. Yeah, he's going to stream it on his channel, I'm guessing. Look, man, I would love to come, and I think that would be an incredible experience. But what about your dad? You can't convince your dad to go? I feel so bad. I've never been outside the US during a World Cup. Would be awesome to be in the football community more for tourneys like this. You've never been outside of the US during a World Cup. You should go to the next one. Guys, the next World Cup is in Spain, Portugal, and Morocco. That is a vacation dream right there. And the tickets will be cheaper. Honestly, if you want to go to a World Cup, I'm thinking about saving money to go to that World Cup, honestly. But yeah, guys, if you want to go to a World Cup in another country, it'll be an incredible atmosphere. It's going to be insane. Spain, Portugal, and Morocco. The USMNT. Yeah, that's been one of the really fun things about this World Cup is watching all these visitors from different countries coming to the US, and most of them being pleasantly surprised by how nice everything is and how nice Americans are and all the incredible food, and the people are being so friendly. I think it's great. Phoenix Squid. No, we're not doing an OnlyFans collab. Yeah, look, What was I talking about just now? Did I completely lose my train of thought? I totally did. But also Argentina, Uruguay, and Paraguay for the weird 100-year anniversary of CONMEBOL. Yeah, it's weird World Cup. It's being played transatlantically in Europe and in South America and Africa. It's on 3 continents. Bet no one's going to complain about that, but the US was too big and people had to travel across it. But when it's across the ocean, now it's not a problem. I was talking about Jesus. 1 second, he's talking geopolitics, then denying Spicy Jeff's advances. Barcelona says, I know we are not winning, but the performance of other regions in this cup gives us hope for the not so distant future. Keep up development. Yeah, we're on the right track, guys. As much as there's been a lot of bumps along the road with player development, we are getting better. I mean, look at how we're playing now, right? That's not just Poch's coaching. That's also because we have a lot of players playing in the top 5 leagues in Europe, right? And in Champions League, and their experience there and their ability and quality levels there. We got to keep doing it because we don't want this to be a temporary thing for sure. But there's a lot to be excited about in terms of where we're headed with this player pool. So yeah, 100%. Oh yeah, you said you were talking about the fans and the atmosphere. Yeah, the atmosphere has been really great. And Scottish people have come and had a good time. Some English people have come and had a good time. The Germans are having a blast. You know, it's great. We're not a perfect country by any means. And we have a lot of problems both at home and with our foreign policy. But American people are not the American government. And I think you'll find that is true all over the world. Everywhere I've been, most people know that their government is corrupt, stupid, and basically evil, right? And so they know they don't represent them. And in most countries, it's both governments, whatever competing governments there are. And that is true in the US as well. But American people, in my experience, and I've been to 36 states, so I feel like I can speak to this, are friendly, welcoming, warm, and want to show you a good time. Of course, there are exceptions. There are exceptions in every country. But I think in general, in the same way that the American media lies to us about other countries' media lies to them about the US, right? A lot of people were saying, oh, they expected to come to the US and, you know, it to be like a third world country and they were going to get shot at and all this. It's like, guys, isolated incidents, you know, hyped up on the media can give you a certain perception of a country and of a people. And that is true. The American media propagandizes that and foreign media does that. When I lived in India, it was all Pakistan. When I lived in India, they hated Pakistan. Every problem in the world could come down to Pakistan is at fault, right? I went to Pakistan, same problem. Only India was the problem. It was all India. Actually, both countries, very lovely, warm people, right? So moral of the story is a people are not its government, and a government is not its people. Just subscribed to your Patreon, says Jonathan Randall. Oh, thank you, Jonathan, and welcome. I appreciate it, man. Welcome to the Patreon. We got Jonathan Randall and Swaggy Nuts. Both subscribing today. Dom Raka. No, I'm not taking my shirt off. Jesus, this is not OnlyFans. Rest in peace, West Virginia. I mean, West Virginia is getting a lot of cool publicity right now with the Country Road song being sung in all the stadiums. Now we agree it's all Cambodia's fault. It's all Cambodia's fault. Oh, sorry, Devonta, I missed yours. Pete, did you follow all the military coups in Thailand? Also, do you consider it a second home? Dude, I lived through the military coups. When I was a kid, we would like leave the house and there would be like tanks just like literally driving down the main boulevard of Bangkok to go to government house and take over the government. It would be like almost an annual thing. We got very used to it. We got used to having military coups all the time. And because we were foreigners, we weren't really supposed to comment on it. So you just have to be like, interesting. We were like Dylan in Love on the Spectrum. Interesting, per se. So yeah, all the time. All the time. Do I consider it a second home? I mean, it's where I was born and raised, for sure. So in some ways, it is like a second home. My mom still lives there. Two of my brothers still live there. So yeah, in many ways, it is a second home. But in other ways, it's not, right? I feel more American than I feel Thai. Not to pull an Infantino, but today I feel American. No, I felt more at home in the US because even though I grew up in Thailand, I still grew up in an American household with American culture, right? We celebrated Thanksgiving and not so much July 4th. My parents weren't real patriotic. But Thanksgiving and we watched the Super Bowl and Christmas. Like it was it was definitely more of an American upbringing than a Thai one. But I mean, I had Thai friends, and one of my closest friends growing up was Thai, and I speak, read, and write the language fluently. And yeah, whenever I do go back, I feel like it will feel like I'm going home in many ways, for sure. Wait, I thought you were white. I am white. I am white. Look at me. You can be, just because you're born in a country doesn't mean you're brown. Just because if a Mexican kid is born in the United States or a Ghanaian kid is born in the United States, it doesn't going to make them white. No, but I'm not actually Thai. You don't get Thai citizenship because you're born in Thailand. They don't give it to you. Phoenix Squid, you got to chill, man, or woman, whoever you are. I don't know if you're a guy or a girl, but you're not getting to see any of my body, okay? Actually, technically, I'm half Argentine. I just look very white because my dad is Argentine, but he has Scottish heritage. So even my Argentineness is very white. Um, so we're back for the second half after those little dalliances into everything but football. Argentinian, my ass. It's true. My biological father is Argentine. Yes, Argentinians are white. There we go. Thank you. I'm Argentine. No, I'm serious. My dad, my biological father, he didn't raise me, but yeah, I'm like McAllister. My biological father is Argentine. Why was Brendan Aronson so good for Leeds but sucks for us? I wouldn't even feel like he was that good for Leeds. I think he was mostly bang average for Leeds. And he, got rid of they had him like basically playing one role: get the ball and run with it. And no, get the ball and pass it quickly. Don't run with it. And then just press, press, press. And he had a purple patch at the beginning of the year, but I wouldn't say he was good for Leeds. Pete, you are Argentine. Learn more Spanish. I should learn more Spanish. I need more time to learn Spanish, though. It's hard. I mean, it's not hard, but it requires time. Guys, I have to do all the football stuff, the soccer stuff that I do, and I have to have an acting career. Do you know how stressful that both of these things are? Stressful and time consuming. It's tough. Pete, did your family happen to move to Argentina in, say, the 1940s? That's what a lot of people think. But no, my dad's great great grandfather moved to Argentina from Scotland. 1945-ish. Pete, how often do you get acting roles? Pretty often if I'm working at it. But I'm kind of I put a pause on it somewhat for the World Cup, even though my agent's still sending me auditions, and I have to tell her. I told them to like keep them a little bit on the low key because I was very busy. But my LA agent is very insistent that I do these audition tapes. So I'm sort of half-assing them. I hope she's not watching this. I'm kind of half-assing my tapes right now. Because it's hard work to put in a good tape. So now I'm just kind of half-assing my tapes. They're like, no, I don't want the role. No, my wife is not German. I'm not even married. What are you saying, judgmental deity? Pete, how many of your roles are cop roles? I would say probably 70% of them are some kind of law enforcement. Pete, I saw you in a family commercial. Can't remember what it was, but congrats. Yeah, it was for Tello, some new mobile phone company. It's so hard to adjust between the two games when they both wear red or white. 48 minutes in, Belgium is beating New Zealand 1-0. Egypt and Iran are still drawing 1-1. Didn't you have a German girlfriend? Yes, I did have a German girlfriend, but we broke up about a year and a half ago. Early 2025, we broke up. I watch Telemundo so I don't have to listen to Landon Snoozefest Donovan. Bro, what is with all the people in the chat telling me to take off my clothes? What do you think this is? This is not some cam girl site, bro. This is soccer. Doku. Oh my God. Belgium scored. 2-0. Leandro Trossard. Okay, so here's the issue right now. If Belgium scores again and Egypt and Iran draw, then Belgium tops the group, guys. Belgium tops the group. Right now it's 2-0. As it stands, Egypt would still top the group. But if Belgium scores again, then all of a sudden Belgium tops the group unless Egypt can get a win over Iran. Pretty common that Scottish people move to Argentina. The climate is actually similar south of Buenos Aires. Agriculture was a big thing. I did not know that, Stephen. But yeah, I imagine so. All right, guys, this is not good for us. Belgium winning 2-0 over New Zealand, while Egypt and Iran are drawing 1-1. Oh, wait, are they checking the goal? Pete, will you ever own a cat? I don't own a cat, but my landlord owns a cat. He lives upstairs and his cat roams through the house. So she comes down sometimes and hangs out with me. She's pretty cool. She's a cool cat. She acts more like a dog. You know, most cats are kind of aloof. She's more like a dog. She kind of wants to hang out and cuddle and, get head rubs and stuff, chin rubs. More like a dog than a cat, actually. But she's very cute. Egypt is not looking threatening at all. No, they are not. No, they are not. So it's 2-0, guys. The goal stands. Now we just have to hope that either Belgium don't score a third or Egypt finds a way to beat Iran here. Well, it's not good for us because we could face Belgium then in the round of 16, and that would be a very tough team. It would be a very tough team. But, at the end of the day, guys, if it is Belgium, of all the big teams, they're probably one of the ones you would rather face. If you're going to face a big team in the round of 16, you'd rather it be Belgium because, yes, they can be dangerous, but they are very beatable too. They are beatable. Ronaldo or Messi, Pete? I like Messi better, but both are incredible players. Pete, are you a Knicks fan? No, I'm not a Knicks fan. I don't really watch basketball. I don't really watch NBA or college ball. I don't really watch any other sports, to be honest. Mostly because I don't have time. If I had more time, maybe I would, but I don't have much time, to be honest. Isn't Belgium winger not playing? No, Doku is playing. Doku's back now. Doku started. P, you ever been to a Dodger game? Yes. Yeah, I've been to one Dodger game in my life. I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, and people aren't going to like it, but guys, I think baseball is boring. Let me correct myself. Baseball is fun to play. I've played baseball. It's fun to play. Watching it, to me, is quite dull. Now, feel free to roast me, but that's just how I feel. Pete, can you do a Bosnian accent? I cannot do a Bosnian accent, nor would I try. I feel like that clip would go viral right before the Bosnia game. The Bosnians would get big mad. I'd become the new Mike Grella. Take me to America. Where are you from? Hang on. El Sancho Marco, where are you from? What's a song? Oh, the Bosnia song, Take Me to America? Yeah. Yes. Do I speak Khmer? No, I do not speak Khmer. I don't speak any other languages than Thai, English, and some Hindi. But my Hindi is not great. Baseball is super whack. All right, I've got somebody in the chat who understands me. What's a song, Pete? Okay, Phoenix. Guys, what are the odds that Phoenix Squid 9, based on their comments today, is Spicy Jeff's burner? If you think it's Spicy Jeff's burner, put 1 in the chat. And if you don't think it's Spicy Jeff's burner, put 2. Oh, Doku's subbed out. Interesting, per se. That's Dylan from Love on Spectrum. I'm not. No, Pete. Phoenix Squid, I don't know. With your comments, we have question marks. Who has a higher ceiling, Mathis Albert or Gilberto Mora? I would say Gilberto Mora has a higher ceiling, but Mathis Albert's in a better environment, so he might have a higher chance of reaching his ceiling. My problem with Gilberto Mora is he might stay in Liga MX too long, and that could put an artificial, cap on his ceiling. Because during his key development years, he's staying in Liga MX. That's how I feel. What's with the 1? Oh, people are saying 1 if Phoenix Squid 9 is Spicy Jeff's burner. Pete, are you a SAG member? If so, how does that work and help your acting career? Do you get invited to award shows? Okay. This is complicated to answer. I am a SAG member, but there is a special thing within SAG where you can do non-union work, and it's called FICOR. So basically, you can do non-union work and you can do union work. Now, you don't get to vote in the SAG elections, and you don't get the screeners, and you don't get the healthcare. But for me, I get a lot of non-union work, especially commercials. So many commercials nowadays are not SAG anymore. They're non-union. So I'm able to work both. And frankly, as a union, I think SAG has kind of failed. SAG as a union, most unions, if you're a carpenter or an electrician or a plumber and you're part of a union, they actually find you work, right? But SAG does not find you work. They basically negotiate contracts with the studios and the streamers on your behalf. So most of the time, what they really do is they work for the top 1%, the celebrities. And most working actors are not really benefited that much by SAG. And I have a lot of issues with how they negotiated our last contract. We didn't get enough protections against AI. So that's when I was like, you know what? Screw SAG. I'm going to not do, I'm going to go FICOR so I can do both SAG and non-union work. So that's how that works. Pete, bathtub stream when? We're waiting desperately. This is also Spicy Jeff's burner. For sure. For sure. Salah is off. Bro, what are they doing? Egypt needs a win here. What are they doing? Yeah, but if Belgium score again, then they top the group. Salah, stinker, and hooked. Guys, half an hour, Belgium cannot get a third goal. Pete, do you do online video acting? Be more specific what you mean by online video acting, Mr. Dom Roca. Pete, when was the last time you coached soccer seriously? I mean, I coached at TST last year, but I haven't coached since Chicago. It's been a while. It's been a while. Since India and then for 1 year in Chicago. And then after that, I haven't really coached much apart from TST. No, Dom Roca, no one's doing adult fun. Jesus. Why is everyone so horny in the chat these days? Yeah, I don't know why Egypt's not trying to top the group. I mean, Salah didn't play particularly well, but I feel like he's the kind of guy you keep on the field. Spicy Jeff rubbed off on anyone. I don't want to know about who Spicy Jeff rubbed off. All right, Belgium definitely coming at. Oh, Foss saved. Whew, that was close, guys. That was close. Oh, yeah, maybe Salah was injured. I don't know. I didn't see him get pulled. Yeah, but it does look like Belgium's going to hit that third, guys. New Zealand are all over the place. Who did you coach for in Chicago? It was called Palatine Celtics was the name of the club. I coached their high school age boys and their under 13 girls and their U5 boys and their U10 boys. I coached 4 teams for them. And that's when I had a career switch into acting. And how has AI affected you or people you know? Hasn't really affected my acting career, but I know people who's like being forced by their jobs to use AI, which is fucking bullshit. Honestly, like they are Yeah, there's a lot of jobs, in both my siblings and friends who are like the bosses are forcing them to use AI, even when AI is inefficient. I had a friend who works at Starbucks, and Starbucks made a requirement for them to use AI for their stocking, but it was so bad that they would have to make AI do the stocking, and then they would have to go and fix it because AI always got it wrong. And so I think even Starbucks pulled it. They pulled the AI program that they were using for stocking. So it's fucking bullshit, AI. It's at best a data driven tool to help in efficiency in some cases, but any of these dreams and ideas that AI is going to, take over the world and it's sentient and you need to get on board, it's all bullshit. These are all got, fucking tech nerds, who got bullied in high school trying to get revenge on humanity by basically erasing humanity with AI, and also trying to convince people that AI is so far advanced in order to boost the stock of the company from which they stand to profit. So I don't really buy all the AI bullshit. I know it can be a helpful tool in some cases, but mostly it is overrated, overhyped, and being forced on humanity against our will. So I am very, very anti-AI. Do you love to coach or act more? Answer honestly. I think it depends on the coaching job and the acting job. For example, I didn't enjoy coaching in Chicago that much, but I really enjoyed coaching in India. Um, so it really kind of depends on the coaching job, right? And then acting, same thing. There are some acting jobs, I'll be honest, I don't enjoy them that much, but I take them because, rent has to be paid. Like most commercials, I don't really enjoy commercials that much, but they pay well. So those are the kind of jobs that you take more for the money. So it just kind of depends. But put me in a movie, boy, that's with a very interesting character and a good script and an interesting arc and a fun director and a great cast. That's so great. That's what's so great about acting. All right. Oh God. Pete plus Spicy Jeff plus Tack OnlyFans collab win. No, gee, why are you spending all this money to say nonsense? Anti-AI, anti-Jesus, anti-government, and anti-Cambodia. It's going to be a draw. Yeah, this Egypt-Iran game looks like a draw. We just have to hope that Belgium don't score a third one. But how does AI threaten actors' jobs? Like, are they using actors' likenesses and making AI scenes of them? They're trying to. They're definitely trying to. And the stupid thing was SAG negotiated a contract where they had to ask your permission. And it's like, well, okay, but here's the problem. Let's say I get a job. Let's say I get a guest star on a TV show, and they go, in your contract, you have to allow us to make edits using AI. And I say, no, I'm not a celebrity. I'm not a big name. So they'll just move on to the next guy. They'll be like, oh, okay, you don't want to do it? These other 10 guys were also had very good auditions and could easily play the part. So you offer no protections to actors if you're saying they need permission to use your likeness. Oh, fuck. Belgium scored a third. De Bruyne. All right, we really need Egypt to win now. Belgium 3-0. That means Belgium will top the group, guys. Belgium will top the group. Damn. Well, that's not what you want. Yeah, I think we can take Belgium. I mean, they're definitely better than Egypt, but absolutely we would take them for sure. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the Kiwis, man. They kind of fell apart. USA, Belgium potentially in the quarterfinal. If we get past Bosnia, guys, we can't overlook Bosnia. We can't overlook Bosnia. We recently lost to Belgium. Yeah, we need Egypt. Come on, Egypt. Today, now we are all Egyptian for the next 25 minutes. We are all Egyptian. Come on, Egypt. Did Omar Marmoush come on? They need a win here, bro. Bring on Marmoush. Maybe a Marmoush did come on. Let me double check. Well, yeah, Omar Marmoush is on. He came on at halftime. Bro. I mean, Spicy Jeff has been a part of the channel for at least 2 years now. For at least 2 years. All right, guys, I'm going to use the restroom real quick. I'm going to be right back. Chat, let's prank Pete. Too late, Mactical, I'm back. All right, hydration break in the New Zealand-Belgium game. We really need Egypt here to score now, guys. Guys, what are all the numbers in the chat? I will take Belgium. We owe them one. Yeah, we definitely do. We definitely do. And we shouldn't be scared of Belgium in the same way that Bosnia probably shouldn't be scared of us. They're the better team, player for player, than we are. But we're not that far off. Remember, the 5-1 drubbing we got at the hands of Belgium was only because we subbed on all the B team at halftime. We had Roldan on the field. We had Berhalter on the field. We had Arfston on the field. It's like, guys, we were hanging with Belgium in that first half. Remember that. Guys, what's happening to the chat? Everyone's just putting random numbers. This is your idea of a prank? Come on, you guys can do so much better than that. Just putting numbers in the chat ain't going to do anything. All right. Hydration breaks are going on. As it stands, Belgium will reach the knockout rounds in first, and Egypt will get second. Iran could technically get third. Yes, because if you look at the table, Iran would have 3 points and a 0 goal difference. If Iran can maintain this draw, they will qualify. They'll qualify. Possibly. Not 100%, but likely they will qualify. What if South Korea beat Belgium? Is that who they're going to play? I mean, maybe. Anything can happen. FM Angry American says, I am playing Walk Like an Egyptian to help them. Just play some Egyptian music. Go to Spotify and search for Egyptian music. I'm sure there's some great Egyptian music. Wait, Joseph Cochran, do you think USMNT should recruit? Yeah, I know. You almost had me, Joseph. I'm not going to lie. You almost had me. Well, I think they should recruit any good players that they can. Let's put it that way. Good night. Good, nice try though. I'm watching Mia Khalifa to support Egypt. Oh my God. Guys, don't watch porn. It's not good for you. It could be Belgium versus Senegal in the round of 32. Pete, can I go to bed now? I mean, you can go to bed whenever you want, but there's still 18 minutes left to go, and Egypt could score at any time. If you're on the East Coast, though, it's also, hey, isn't it a weekend day tomorrow? Sleep in tomorrow. Stay up with us. Sleep in tomorrow. Pete, you missed super chats. Ah, let me grab those. Pete, I think I seen a movie or TV show where you got racked where the sun don't shine. You're gonna have to be more specific, Devonta Jones 8246. I don't even know what racked means. And tell me which movie or TV show, because that doesn't sound familiar to me. Would you scout or assist coaching for the USMNT? I would, but I think the US could do so much better. Why would they ever hire me? Oh no. Oh, it means hitting the balls? No, I don't think I've ever been hit in the balls on TV. I don't think so. Did Belgium rotate their squad? No, they pretty much played the first team. It's 3-0. We need Egypt to score, or Egypt will get second. Pete, how long did you live in India? About 7.5 years. No, these results are not good because it means we could potentially face Belgium in the quarterfinal. They're not good at all. Oh, here comes New Zealand. Come on, Kiwis. Oh! Oh, just wide. Just wide. Guys, why is everyone saying goal in the chat? Nobody scored. Yeah, it's got to be a prank. Nobody has scored. Yeah, New Zealand had a chance, but they didn't score from it. Yeah, I meant round of 16. We're likely, if we beat Bosnia and Belgium beat South Korea, we'll likely face them in the round of 16, guys. Come on, Egypt. We need a goal here. Did we all do drugs at the hydration break? Oh no, here comes Belgium again. I guess it doesn't really matter if Belgium scores again if Egypt doesn't score. Free kick for Belgium. Tim Payne ain't happy. Ecuador and Mexico might go to pens. It very well could. It very well could. Here comes Iran. Egypt clear. Damn, Iran's doing most of the attacking right now. Free kick for Belgium here. Dangerous free kick just outside the box. $15 to go. 15 minutes plus added time. It's looking like Belgium, guys. Over the bar. Terrible free kick from Belgium. I mean, I'm not scared of Belgium. I just would rather face an easier opponent. But I mean, at the end of the day, if you want to go deep in the World Cup, you're going to have to face a tough team. That's just the truth. Yeah, I don't want to play Iran either. I do not want to play Iran either. I don't want it to become a geopolitical shit show. Doku versus Tim Ream. Yeah, I mean, if I'm Rudy Garcia, I put Doku on the right for that game and just have him run at Tim Ream. If this Egyptian team tied Belgium, then no question USMNT could beat them. I agree. I don't think Belgium are that good, but you have to remember, opening game, but in this game, Belgium have looked a lot better. Sometimes the opening game, these big teams aren't fully, in full flight just yet. And then they get a little bit more cohesive throughout the tournament and they get a little more focused. And when it comes down to it, they get the results. But not Uruguay. Uruguay did not get the results when they needed them. No, Iran is 100% getting grouped if they draw. A draw here? Well, actually, no. They could still go through with 3 points. They could still go through with 3 points. That was a terrible miss. What on earth was that? That was awful by Belgium. Oh, we got a De Bruyne fan. Ah, it's adorable. Little kid with his De Bruyne shirt. Mactical. Man, you're wasting money on nonsense. Now you're pretending to be tactical mangler. Nice try. Guys, don't be scared of Belgium. We would rather play Egypt, but we've got a good shot at Belgium. Come on, New Zealand. Come on, Kiwis. What was that? He passed the ball behind him. Behind him. Oh, Lakaka's coming on. Yeah, Uruguay's been bad, man. They also got grouped at the last World Cup. We have to stop talking about them like a power. Colombia has taken their place in South America as the third best team, for sure. For sure. Egypt fan is saying we're number one. You're literally not. You're not even number one in the group right now. Get a goal. Come on. The 5-1 against Uruguay was never special. Yeah, this team has not looked like a good team for a long time. Bielsa lost this team a year ago. I was trying to tell people that after the Uruguay game, but a lot of people were mad.
You just don't like Sebastian Berhalter. God, that's the only reason you're saying that.
No, Uruguay was shit in that game. That team was literally quitting on Uruguay, and I mean on Bielsa. And frankly, seeing them in this World Cup, they still look like they're quitting on him. Come on, Egypt. You have 10 minutes to do something here. P, which USMNT kit was your favorite? Definitely the 2010 Waldos. Or was that 06? I think it was 2010 Waldos. Yeah, 2010 Waldos, followed by the Gene ones. I mean, these are not bad either. I just don't like the white box on the back that the players have. I don't like that. What do you make of Arfsin getting 0 minutes or Haji? Well, Haji got some minutes against Australia. Arfstin getting 0 minutes is a surprise. Oh my God! Kiwi scored! Kiwi scored! New Zealand scored, guys! New Zealand scored. Okay, so now Belgium are not top of the group anymore. Belgium are not top of the group. Egypt is now top of the group because the Kiwis scored. Belgium have to score another one in the next 10 minutes, guys. Let's go, Kiwis. All right. All right. We'll take it. We'll take it. Nope, they're not. They're not, guys. They're not, because Egypt and Belgium both have 5 points. Head-to-head, they drew, so that doesn't count. Then it goes to goal difference. Both of them have the same amount of goal difference, +2 and +2. But Egypt has, so then the next one becomes goals scored. Egypt has 5, Belgium has 4. This is embarrassing. Are we that afraid? No, we're not that afraid. But would you rather play Egypt or Belgium in the round of 32 or in the round of 16? All right. Kiwis scored a goal. Yeah, so Brian Court, I don't know. It does feel like Poch really rated Arfsin and he played him a lot. But for whatever reason, he hasn't trusted him at all in the group stage. Maybe he's seeing something in training he doesn't like. Or maybe he is realizing what many fans knew, that he's terrible defensively. And so you can't really use him. And he's not good enough to be, oh my God, Belgium just scored. Lakaka 4-1. My God, what a roller coaster. What a roller coaster. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. Well, looks like we'll be facing Belgium if we beat Bosnia. (4-1). Kiwis, man. Lakaka himself. Good cross here by Salamakers. Oh, terrible defending. No one's even close to him. What are the Kiwis doing? This guy's in the 6-yard box, completely unmarked. Fine, we'll take Belgium. We'll take you guys. Don't worry. We beat Paraguay 4-1, and they're better than the Kiwis. OFC qualifying merchants. Yeah, it's true. There's like no competition in OFC at all. Not a single team even comes close to New Zealand, and they're so bad. Someone said Miles Robinson can play this type of defense. All right, so Belgium are now top of the group. Egypt would be second unless they score. Unless Egypt score, they will be second. And honestly, Iran looks more likely to score than Egypt. Why doesn't Australia move back to OFC? Why would they want to move to OFC and play all of these merchants? They're trying to become better as a team. That's why they moved to Asia. Kiwi over here. Ouch. I mean, am I wrong though? You guys are the best team in Oceania, but it's like you and Polynesia and the Solomon Islands. Like, come on. Yes, 2014 revenge game. Absolutely. And the good thing is beating Belgium would count as a signature win. It would count as a signature win. Egypt carpet salesman merchants. Oh my God, you guys. We owe Lukaku a disappointment for Howard, gents. Yeah, we do. We could have the chance to retire both Lukaku and Thomas Meunier and Kevin De Bruyne at the same time. Now that would be fun. Iran and Cape Verde yet to lose a game in this. Both had 1,000 to 1 outright prices. Dang. Pahakuti, are you Iranian or Egyptian? What if Bosnia takes it to penalties like they did against Italy? Then we'd better win penalties. But it's our job to make sure they can't take it to penalties, right? I'm telling you, I don't think this Bosnia game is going to be as easy as some people are trying to claim it will be. I think it's going to be a tight game. Man, right now, Egypt don't even look like scoring. It's all Iran. It's all Iran. Long shot from Egypt. New Zealand are definitely going home. P, what animal could you beat with your bare hands? I don't know, a spider? Bosnia isn't easy, but definitely favorable. 100%. 100%. We are the favorites. And if we do everything that we did against Paraguay, we'll win. And Australia. If we do what we did against Paraguay and Australia, we will win that game. Four minutes of extra time in Belgium versus Iran. Meanwhile, we're in the 89th minute in Egypt. Sorry, Belgium versus New Zealand. And we're in the 89th minute in Egypt versus Iran. And Iran almost scored here. Iran almost scored here. No, Jay, not answering that. I also don't watch it. It's not good for your testosterone. All right, Iran subbing in Jahan Baksh. Isn't that Jahan Baksh? I remember him from 2002. Pete, what part of LA County do you live in? I live in Hollywood. La Caca. Belgium are going to score again, aren't they? Shot from distance. Save. Very good save. Tielemans with a nice shot. Not West Hollywood, East Hollywood. Pete, if not the USMNT, who do you want to win the World Cup? I think it would be cool. I just want someone who's never won it before. Right now, that looks like the Netherlands. I think the Netherlands have probably a very, very good shot based on how they've played so far. But realistically, it's going to have to be either the Netherlands or Portugal if I want someone to win who's never won before. Because nobody else looks ready. Morocco's not ready. Japan is not ready. Senegal, Ivory Coast, none of them are ready. The US is not ready. So none of the dark horses are going to win. I'm hoping Portugal or the Netherlands. I would be fine with either of them. I just want a 9th World Cup winner. It's been the same 8 World Cup winners for 100 years. Let's get someone else. Netherlands looked scary. France looked very scary. Spain look they don't look as scary, but they still look good, and they could get better throughout the tournament. It is, honestly, it is looking like French. It's looking like France again, guys. Any food spots you recommend? I mean, tons. Calaveras is very good. That's in Silver Lake. Great Mexican restaurant. Go there on Taco Tuesday. Leo's Taco Truck is very, very good. I'm trying to think. Handel's Ice Cream Parlor. Oh, Palms. Palms is a very good tie. Oh, Belgium scored again. 5-1. 5-1. New Zealand are looking like the US. Oh, Iran scored too. Oh, my God. So now it's definitely Belgium. Oh, my God. Egypt, what are you doing? That means Iran qualify. Iran qualify with 5 points. So Iran will get second. Egypt will get third. So all 3 of them will qualify because Egypt has 4 points. So they will qualify too. This is not good for South Korea. Egypt are now top of the rankings with 4 points and a +1 goal difference. South Korea are precariously perched on the edge now. Precariously perched. Because if DR Congo wins, listen to this. If the Democratic Republic of Congo wins, then South Korea might be out. South Korea might be out, guys. Tomorrow. Dang. Yeah, if DR Congo beats Uzbekistan, then South Korea are out. Someone says, no, Pete, it's confirmed that Korea are out. No, according to FOTMob, they are in the 8th spot out of 12. They're in the 8th spot out of 12. Right now, South Korea are in the 8th spot. So if anybody jumps ahead of them, which if the DR Congo wins, then South Korea is out. And there's still Algeria too. Right? If Algeria beats Austria, although I think that's unlikely, but if they do, then it could be double confirmed. But all they really need is Congo to beat Uzbekistan, and then South Korea would be out too, and that would be very bad for Australia. Okay. Which contender does US have the best chance to beat? Like actual World Cup contender? Ooh. Wait, they're checking which goal? They're checking the Iran goal? Yeah, Belgium already scored the 5th. Why would they check the Iran goal? What are they checking for? Oh, is he offside? No, he's on. The Egyptian player plays him on. He's onside. Yeah, no, he's on. Oh, they're checking for a handball? No goal. Oh, no goal. South Korea just got saved potentially here. So to answer your question, Brian, I don't see Belgium as a contender. I'll be honest with you. I think the best quote unquote contender would be England. We have a good chance to beat England. That's my honest opinion. Our best chance would be England. Oh, look how sad the Iranians are. I don't really understand. Can someone say in the chat why? Because I don't have the audio on. Can you say why they disallowed the Iran goal? So I would say England, Brian. Probably England would be my best bet. Maybe Argentina, maybe, but tough. Koreans just got barbecued. Well, not if that goal, but it didn't look offside to me, guys, because the Egyptian defender on the opposite side of the box was playing him on. Oh, because the goalie was out. Yeah, that's true. Because of the keeper. Okay, yeah, that's fair then. It might have been legit. All right, John Boxer with another cross. Oh, they almost scored. What a save. Did he save it or did it go over the bar? Shobir is saving Egypt's ass right now. Yeah, he touched it, didn't he? No, he didn't touch it. It went off the post. It went off the post. Ooh, you got to feel for Iran, man. The OG handles is 10 minutes from my home in Ohio. What's the OG handles? Offside. Gotcha. Thank you, Steven. Offside by pinky toe. Damn. A toe? That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Yeah, respect to Iran, man. They've played well. They kind of deserve to win this. Oh, Handel's ice cream. Oh, really? I didn't know it was a Columbus brand. No, I love Handel's. Handel's is one of my go-to ice cream parlors. Jesus, Jay. Come on, man. Let's not make this geopolitical. Yeah, they did miss a penalty, Iran. So that's kind of on them. What is your order? I like their Buc-ee's flavors. I love peanut butter ice cream. So Buc-ee's is pretty good. I also like their blueberry cheesecake. Okay, it's over. It's over. Egypt and Iran 1-1. So Iran could still go through, but it's not looking likely. If Congo wins, it's not looking very likely. I'll show you guys right now the third place situation here. Hey, how come they don't show it here? That's crazy. On the app, when you go to the table, it shows you the third place. So right now, this is as the third place goes. Okay? These are the third place spots. Right now, Sweden is first with 4 points. Ecuador is second with 4 points. Bosnia is third with 4 points. Paraguay is fourth with 4 points. Senegal is fifth with 3 points. Iran is sixth with 3 points. Croatia is seventh with 3 points, but they still play tomorrow. South Korea is eighth with 3 points. So as of right now, I don't think Egypt qualifies. Do they? No, I think Egypt. Wait, Egypt are not there, but they also have 3 points. That doesn't make sense. How is Egypt not in there when they're ahead of South Korea on goal difference? What? Look at this table. Wait, no, Egypt has 5 points. Never mind. Sorry, I got confused. Egypt is fine. They're in second. Yeah, they're not in third. What am I saying? Yeah, Egypt is fine. They qualified in second. Iran could still make it, but if It's tough because there's still 3 more groups to sort out. And if Congo beats Uruguay, beats Uzbekistan, it's tough because there's a lot of potential third place matchups. All right. I'm going to go to bed, guys. I'm very tired. But thanks for hanging. Thanks for everyone who went and signed up for Patreon and Super Chats and the pleasure of your company. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Wait, the sponsor video, guys. I forgot about the sponsor video. Sponsor video time. We'll do it for tomorrow's matchups. Okay. Thank you to FanDuel for sponsoring the stream. Tomorrow's matchups are some interesting ones here. So we got Panama, England. Panama at plus 1,400 to beat England. I can't really see it, to be honest. It's one thing for England to draw with Ghana. I can't see them drawing with Panama. Or definitely Panama not winning. Croatia, Ghana is more even to me. Ghana at plus 470 to beat Croatia. Honestly, I could see that. Ghana looked very good against England and should have had a penalty. And Croatia haven't looked that good. So honestly, if you're going to put any money, I would put it on Ghana. Uzbekistan to beat Congo, I doubt it. Colombia could definitely beat Portugal. What are they saying? Why is Colombia plus? Colombia could absolutely beat Portugal, guys. Absolutely, they could. So those are the two that are most interesting to me. Ghana beating Croatia at plus 470. Colombia beating Portugal at plus 270. All right. Thank you to FanDuel, guys. Will you do a watch along tomorrow? Okay, there's 3 groups, guys. If you want me to do a watch along, there's 3 groups. And you put the number in the chat of the group you want me to do a live watch along for. Group 1, Croatia plays Ghana and Panama plays England. That's number 1. If you want me to do number 2, it's Colombia versus Portugal, Congo versus Uzbekistan. That's number 2. Number 3, Algeria versus Austria, Jordan versus... Oh, I can't do that one, actually, because I have a thing to go to tomorrow night. So it's either Group L or Group K. You can either do England, Ghana, Croatia, Panama group, or Colombia, Portugal, Congo, Uzbekistan group, if TAC is not doing it. I'll have to ask him. I think I would probably prefer to do the Colombia-Portugal group at 4:30. That's probably the one I would prefer to do. A lot of people prefer to. Okay, if TAC is not going to do Colombia-Portugal, then I'll probably do it. Okay? 4:30 p.m. Pacific. That's 7:30 p.m. Eastern. All right. Thanks for hanging, guys. Have a great night. I'll see you all tomorrow.